He's got the
I'm
power.
trying to get it started right now. It's trying, it's working.
Powers.
Yeah. All right, let's call this meeting to order. Roll call, Paula, you doing that?
Yep,
Okay,
Culpepper,
here,
Fredline, Rotabeck,
here.
Newcastle,
Here.
Nichols,
Here.
Judd,
Here.
Geisler.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Who's on the list for allegiance tonight?
Let me see. It is Gail.
All right. You stand, please. Moment of silence and a pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's strange having an empty chair here.
Both sides.
Wow.
They should have put a picture of me there.
Yeah, I guess, Cassie, bring one in.
Sure there's not a bomb down there.
Yeah,
because they're
cardboard
both-
cut.
Cardboard.
Comment out there today.
I don't see any.
All right, well, if there is no public comment, we will move on to approval of minutes of May 2nd, 2022 city council meetings.
I make a motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I didn't get the second.
Alan,
Okay, thank you.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. Motion carried. Approval of the minutes for council. Item number 2 is approval of May 9th, 2022 special council minutes.
I make a motion to approve.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Did you catch both of them, Paula?
I got the motion, but not the second.
Marcy. Any
Oh, the
dis-
motion was Gail or Gina?
Dina,
Okay, and the second was Marcy?
yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye.
I heard a lot of ayes.
Pardon?
She heard
I
a
got
lot.
the ayes.
Yep, there was no nays. All said aye. All right, approval of the treasurer's report, item number 3.
So moved.
We have a motion by Alan,
Second.
second by
Oh,
Dina.
I got that.
Okay. And discussion. No questions, no discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. Motion carried. Items of business on item number 4, appoint Jennifer Sargent and Rebecca Allen to the library board.
I make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. Motion carried. Item number 5 is appoint Jessica Bear to the zoning board of appeals.
I make a motion.
A second.
Got him, Paula?
Yep.
Okay. Any discussion?
I don't know who Jessica is, just curious.
She used to
Where she
serve
came.
on the planning commission before, and then she served on council for a while.
Okay.
So
I
she's
had no
experienced,
clue.
and it's been a few years ago that she was on.
Cool.
She was on at least 2 terms on council, I believe.
That's cool that she's got the planning in there too, so. Nice, all right.
All right, we have a motion and second. We had discussion. Is that it for discussion? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. All right. Item number 6, closed streets for pancake breakfast and car show July 30th, 2022.
I make motion.
I second.
We got
I had lots
motion-
of seconds.
That one.
I think
Pardon?
we did
I got
that.
like 3 seconds, I think.
You
No, I
got a
guess
third.
you can pick whichever one you want that you.
All
re-
right.
Any discussion?
Is that the same roads they've always?
That's Grand River and then
Yeah, it looks
From the
like the same.
hardware to Roosevelt Row
Yeah, it looks the same as what it
to
has.
Crum
been.
Street.
Yeah.
And a portion of Wood Hall.
Yeah, because Woodhull's.
It leaves those
Wood
parking lots
facilities.
open, but it's still.
I did not get anything directly from the LBCA. We used what they gave us last year.
That's what I was kind of asking.
Oh,
Yeah, I reached out, but I didn't get anything.
Okay, so. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. Motion approved. Item number 7 is approval of 2021-2022 budget amendments.
I had a question on that, Paula.
Okay,
Sale of lots, is that cemetery lots?
if it says sale of lots, it is, yes.
That's what I was wondering. It's the only question I got.
Oh.
It kind of threw me for a loop for a minute. I'm like, lots, that was cheap.
Yep, it's cemetery.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve.
Now, second.
I'll let you.
Any discussion? No discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. Approved. Item number 8 is a award contract for tree removal. David, you want to say something on this, or I'm assuming it's your area?
It's 2 trees on the southwest corner of Grand River and West Street. We had a couple limbs come out of them. And they're pretty rough.
One was hollow, wasn't it?
Yeah, they both are. And then up here at the corner of Woodfall and Grand River, if you happen to look up when you're driving under that, right under the stop sign, that main branch that comes out over that tree's hollow.
Like Chris and Greg's.
Yep. And I sent out for 4, requested 4, and I got 2 bids back. And the gentleman from Do It Tree Care was.
I have a quick question. So it says 2 trees at 401 and he's got those listed out. It also says 2 trees at 303, but he only has 1 under quantity.
There's only 1 tree at 3.
Oh, okay, because the other person's estimate has 2 on it. So there's only 3
There's
trees.
2 down there and 1 up here. One,
Okay.
the main branch thing up here.
Okay. I guess 2 large limbs is what the other one says.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we were comparing apples to apples, you know what I'm saying?
So you have the decision to make and what you want to spend, I guess, to say either with the DeWitt Tree Care or Kent's.
So
That's the 2 estimates.
on the one, this Ken's, do they do a little cleanup on that?
We work with both of them and do the thing.
Because the one says from the DeWitt Tree Care, no cleanup or stump grinding, whereas Ken's does stump grinding.
No, we
Right.
pay extra to have the stump scrub.
Right. Yeah.
I make a motion to accept the bid from DeWitt Tree Care. It's a lot more affordable and they're gonna do the same thing.
I second that.
There a motion by Mr. Ducastle, second by Dina. Any discussion beyond this?
What was the second?
Dina,
Okay,
Okay, all those in favor? Well, do we need a roll call?
I can do a roll call for you.
Okay, thank you.
Geisler,
Yes.
Rodebeck,
Yes.
Newcastle,
Yes,
Nichols,
Yes.
Judd,
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes. Motion carried. Award the contract to DeWitt Tree Removal under Dave's care. Number 9 is authorization to pay Woodhull Construction for demolition services at 219 West Grand River Road.
Make a motion to authorize Hayward Hall Construction for the demolition services.
Hold on before we do that. I had questions about that.
Let's do the motion in
Yes.
second.
I'll
and then we
second,
can
and then we
talk
can
about
discuss it. I'll second that.
Okay,
All right, it's open for discussion. Go ahead.
It is more than,
So my issue is gonna be because of Woodhull Construction, $16,918. And then the insurance company's only paying $13,835. So
Chief, you want to take it? And
I'm just not too keen on that.
that's what we were just discussing in police committee.
um,
It's the insurance company. It's been submitted to them and they're gonna pay.
So Paula, what was the extra that the insurance company was going to pay?
they just gave us, another 1,400 and some dollars, so the amount that we are short is $1,443.
and let me say, as the finance committee, Ellen and I discussed, we think that the extra $1,500 could be paid from the marijuana fund. It's $1,500.
yeah,
Well,
the money
care
we
of it,
get,
just
the money
want
we get for having a dispensary in town from the state
I
of
mean, it's
Michigan.
discussion. What
We
was-
get $52,000
Well,
from them.
I think-
roughly. Use it for the roads and the trees and buildings
Well,
and
the
stuff.
other options to assess it against the property.
Yes,
Right.
and that's what I would like
Why give it
to do.
away?
We're not giving it away.
Yeah, assess
I mean,
it
Okay,
is it-
so
property sells and we get it back. If
Or
not,
put it on tax roll.
yeah.
That's what I'd like to do.
I'm pretty sure I suggested that,
Yeah,
in the
right.
council packet.
Yeah, I like to
So
go-
here, so here's what happened. We knew it was gonna be more than the amount of money that we were allowed to get from the insurance company. Because we belonged to this program and we got the max that they're allowed to give us. The insurance company had a quote for almost $16,000 as it was. And I heard at the last council meeting, y'all wanted it down.
Yeah,
Is that not correct?
we
That's
did.
correct.
It's a safety issue.
Okay, so we busted our butts and we got that thing tore down before Carnival.
Mhm.
And we did what we were directed and we're up short $1,443 of covering the cost.
Just pay it.
So what I need from this city council is if you want to put it on somebody's taxes, fine, but first we have to bill them. We'll have to bill the property owner and ask them to pay that difference. I've already reached out to the insurance company and they gave me that additional amount of money that left us $1,443 short.
Okay, if we pay the difference now, can we still bill the property owner for it?
Absolutely. That's what we do all the time.
Well,
When we mow people's lawn, we pay to have the lawn mowed.
And that's what we need to do.
You know, honestly, Woodhull Construction told me, look, if it's gonna be a problem that we're over that, you know, we can try to eat it or figure it out, you know, and I said, you know what? You guys busted your butt to get that cleaned up for us. I want you to give us a legitimate bill. And so I think, you know, in fairness to our local contractor that we constantly ask to bail us out when we need something quick. And we had two to three other people that wouldn't even return our phone call, let alone the people that said, no way can we get it done in that time.
I think we-
So, you know, we got it done. I didn't see anybody jumping up and down about it on Facebook that we got it done, but they were mad that it wasn't done. So,
Well, as long as we get some money, recoup out of it. is all I'm concerned
Well,
about.
I guess next time what we can do is wait, get
No,
bids.
no,
I mean, so I'm just telling you, that's your option here. We thought we did the right thing. And just because we're $1,443 short,
We should pay the
then
bill.
the next time, if that's a problem, we'll get bids.
It was never a
And
problem.
well, it sounds like it's a problem with Councilor Nichols.
No, it's not a problem. It's just, we just want to make sure that
Well, it's a question of where your feet
council
land.
isn't paying it.
That's really all
Yeah.
it is.
don't have no problem at all with it getting
We
done.
appreciate
Right,
it being
but-
done quickly.
I wanna make sure we get our money back too.
Well, you just keep on, I mean, council will do what they need to do with this, but Paul, you just keep pursuing just by the law of what you always do. And if council approves this, they may not. But if they approve this to move ahead and take care of Mike, then you can continue to do what you need to do in the background to do anything to help the city.
I think we definitely
need to
pay
it.
Mike.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly why we did not pay the bill without approval. And we gave you options. So,
Which I don't have a problem with that as long as we recoup our money back.
Or at least try.
well, we'll try because we can assess their
Yeah.
taxes,
Right.
and that's the thing. So
I just wanna make sure we do that.
if discussion is over, we will have a roll call vote.
Okay, do we need to amend the proposal or the authorization to say
The
exactly
motion?
how we're gonna get our money back?
I don't think-
at this point, I just need you to pay the bill. And then if you want me to bill the homeowner for the difference, then that's what we'll do.
Perfect.
So
That's
we'll
what I
just
like
stick
to
with the
see.
motion we have and then
Yeah.
we'll, that's another issue.
He doesn't pay us the difference, or the homeowner doesn't pay, then we'll have to figure out if we put it on the taxes or whatever happens. So,
Yeah, I think I seen a for sale sign on the lot down there.
Yeah, it's going.
so if we put a lien on it, it won't sell without us getting our money back.
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
So so the motion is to pay Woodhull Construction for $16,918 for the demolition of the house. At this point in time, if I understand correctly and somebody's doing the math, we owe about $1,443 extra on top. We're gonna approve that. I'm saying if we vote for it, we're gonna approve that amount. Mike will be paid off and Paula and the office will do what they normally do with anybody else to get their money and get paid.
Perfect.
So that's my explanation of it as I understand it to be handled. So if you have other questions, please throw them out to Paula, but I have to give her due credit and everyone that worked on that because it was an instant snap of the finger and pull the trigger. It happened and that was the way it was. And there was some hiccups even for the first week, but it got done. That was the goal. So. And to make things look nice during the springtime festival too, instead of a trash hole.
It looks so nice right now. There's grass growing over there. It looks nice.
So hopefully it gets mowed.
Okay, Paul.
Geisler,
Yes,
Judd,
Yes,
Nichols,
Yes,
Newcastle,
Yes.
Rotabeck,
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes. Motion carried to pay Woodhull Construction for the demolition. Number 10 is an invitation to attend the Township Meeting Boat Launch Project.
All I have is that email I sent you.
just an invitation. That's what it is.
You got something in your packet on there?
It's just
just
an
the
email
invitation.
that Paula got.
So it just sounds like they want to put it on their agenda and they want somebody from the city there to discuss the project.
After the.
page 30.
item 10.
Okay.
Does anybody want to take that on? As far as somebody that knows they will go, that way we're not scrambling for that representation, we're just gonna have to look for it.
If I have some paperwork in front of me, I wouldn't mind going, but I'm not going on the 8th of August.
think they had one
I
soon.
I can review the project and stuff with you, but not for next week's meeting, but I'm guessing Cassie or Kim could.
I mean, I know like the overall gist of it, but it would be nice to have paper in front of me. But I wouldn't mind, like the July 11th, I could probably do.
I think they want us to go to their June meeting,
Oh,
didn't
the
it
June-
say?
That is,
That's next month.
Maybe it didn't. That's LSW.
July 11th is our council meeting. It's at the same time. So I
So
think
next month, I mean, I don't know if it's next Monday or when they want to do it.
Yeah, July, you're right,
July
July 11th
11th
is a
is not an
council
option.
meeting. Yeah,
so I either have to be June
13th.
13th or August. What is August date?
I guess that's me camping.
The 13th is
August
next
8th.
Monday.
So August, so.
So it'd have to be the 13th for me. So next Monday.
I mean, I think that somebody could help brief you for it and, you know, I don't know, maybe,
You want it back?
maybe Dave or Cassie could go with you. It doesn't matter.
Dave Rohrbeck said he would. go
Have a little
with you.
entourage. Dave.
Okay, well, that's just an invitation
Dina?
and
Cassie's not there, not here that day.
It'll be Dina, Dave. I mean, Dina, Dave.
The gang of
No, we'll
Ds,
see.
3Ds.
3D, yeah.
3D.
So I should notify them that you guys will attend the June 13th meeting.
You can at least don't find that I will. I mean, I'll say I will.
Okay.
I can't say yes for them.
all right then. We have item number 11 is an invitation to attend LSW June 15th meeting to discuss status of ambulance.
This is Dan.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Duke.
the 15th is the LSW Emergency Board meeting. Part of that discussion is going to be on our ambulance service. Unfortunately, we've been on a lot of mutual aid. Our ambulance has been out of service more than it's been in service. The one paramedic that we have that's full-time, he's been on medical leave since March 17th. He should be back sometime after June 21st. The problem is getting other paramedics to come to our ambulance service because we are only paying $13.50 per hour. Our EMTs are only making $11 an hour. So nobody wants to work for us, even though we have a lower call volume, when they can go to other jurisdictions and make $18 to $20 an hour. I had an applicant coming down from Marquette because she's moving to the area. She's a paramedic. She actually sought us out to work until they found out that it was $13.50 an hour. So we have to look at a couple of avenues on what we want to do with our ambulance service. If we want to increase the wages, if we want to merge with another ambulance service, all these different avenues of what we want to do. Because right now, earlier this year, I had to report to the state when we were in service, when we were out of service. That hasn't happened lately, but all that takes is one phone call. So they don't want to shut us down, but with having that ambulance license, we're supposed to be in service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And that's not happening. So we would like all the members of city council also be invited as the Woodhull Township Board members, as well as Scioto Township Board members, because we all have a stake on our ambulance. And see if we can come up with some ideas and how to proceed with that.
Is the projected goal to be able to pay that $18 to $20 an hour to draw people? I mean,
That's what our ultimate goal would be
That's what I would.
versus merging with another agency, because if we merge with another agency, that doesn't even mean that our ambulance would be here in Langsburg. It
We
may
have
still
to
come out of,
increase personnel.
it may come out of Perry, it may come out of wherever. So there's a private company that wants to come in, but again, they're stationed out of Hazlet.
Huh.
Which again, isn't good for when somebody's having a heart attack. Or you have a serious injury accident.
Do you know any cities that are verging on having services do it?
There are some, the biggest one again would probably be down, was it Huron Valley? No, they run the whole county. Here, we're not gonna have a county-wide ambulance service.
So everybody's just raising their fees to get the people to come.
Right, and so basically, they're raising their fees to rob from somebody else to have them come here. The state has a shortage of paramedics. I do have a lot of EMTs that are willing to work, but then again, that brings us down to a basic ambulance versus an advanced. And advanced are the ones that, when you're having a heart attack or whatever, can give you the drugs. If we have a difficulty breathing, we have a basic ambulance. They still have to send an advanced ambulance from either Perry, Owasso, MMR. A lot of times MMR is not available because they're doing transports from hospitals and other locations because they pay a lot of money for transports. So right now we're in a bind and we got to figure out what we want to do with it.
To operate solely as Lanesburg.
Well, as LSW ambulance service.
Well, as to operate as LSW operating service ambulance and fire department, because it doesn't have anything to do with the fire department at this moment. I guess the question I want to ask is, what's it gonna take? Do we have any idea if we went to $20 now, how much more is it gonna take annually to do this? Or
It would probably take another $300,000 to $400,000
A year.
a year to bring up our wages from $13.50 up to $18 to $20 an hour. Now, another aspect of that is I've heard from another jurisdiction to our west that would like to have our ambulance service cover them. But right now, we said, we have a hard enough time staffing our ambulance to cover what we have. Now that other jurisdiction, may help us with the costs. And then we may be able to say, okay, we're gonna also take on that other township. But again, those are all things that want to kind of be discussed at the June 15th meeting.
Is that the fire department?
Is at the fire hall.
what time did you say that was?
It's at 6 p.m.
6, okay.
If you guys are gonna go, you need to schedule a special meeting because this will have to be posted if the entire board is going.
I'd like to.
I'm going.
I'm going.
I'll go.
to go.
We got just about everybody.
I mean, I think it's important.
Sounds like everybody, but Alan possibly? Did
I
you?
will try to go.
Okay, well, all of us that are here right now are gonna try to go.
Okay, then I need a, when you guys are done or whatever you want to do, we need to have a motion to schedule a special meeting to meet, in conjunction with the LSW meeting, and then we'll post it for at the fire hall. Because then it would be a legal meeting, posted through the Open Meetings Act.
Thank you.
So if we want, we can take a motion right now and get
Let's
that.
do it.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Gail,
Second.
second by Nichols.
I can't get in
Did you get the motion?
I did, thank you.
Okay. So, any discussion beyond where we've had?
So you'll have some kind of numbers and stuff though, as far as,
Yeah, we're working on the call volumes and the numbers and the amount that it would cost to bring up those wages.
Broke down by taxpayer and all that stuff as far as.
Yeah, because it's, right now we have a certain amount based per per household. And then,
You'd have to figure out what the.
yeah,
new
'cause right now we
baseline-
get 1 mil for each jurisdiction, basically.
Any other discussion on that? Paula, you want to do a roll call just for the special meeting, please?
Yes, Geisler,
Yes.
Judd,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Ducastle,
Yes.
Rotabeck,
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes. So, accepting the invitation and the motions were made for a special meeting at 6 PM, June 15th.
In the calendar.
So everybody mark it wherever they do. I write it on my forehead. All right. Number 12, I believe, is approval of resolution 2210 category B application. And I will admit, I did not see this.
Oh, yeah, I'd make a motion. to
I'll
approve
second
the
that motion.
resolution. Yes.
Okay, we have a motion to approve, and was there a second?
Second.
Alan was a second. Is there any other discussion under this? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Can we make that a roll call, please?
Okay, certainly.
I don't know. I have item 2. I just have a piece of paper. I don't have any application.
It's page 32 and 3. I
That's
think.
item 3, right? 13.
That's just the copy of the resolution.
Everywhere.
So maybe I must have looked into this other thing.
It looks like this.
Okay.
It's
You looked at it.
to get under the funding, yeah, for it. Yeah, we looked at it at finance
Finance.
too.
Okay.
So we're ready for roll call or we got questions? Geisler,
Yes.
Judd,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Ducastle,
Yes.
Rotabeck,
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes. Motion passed on the resolution. Item number 13 is review options for bonding.
Last month, you guys asked me to provide you all the details that we had given to finance, and that's what I did.
Thank you.
Yep.
I see the real cheap.
Definitely a lot of numbers.
Finance committee talked about this.
We did last one. We had already really reviewed it all numerous times and with council. So now we're just looking for the option that we actually want, right?
Correct.
We're going. for.
Or if you guys want to do this or don't want to do it, I mean, basically, in order to fund that capital improvement project, and actually be able to do some work on it, we don't have that kind of money up front. So the plan is to do like a, 3 to 5 year plan with that bonding.
I think if we wait, the interest rates are gonna go up too.
Oh,
So
they're
I think-
only
I
going
think
up.
we-
They're gonna
that
go up again next
is-
month.
Yeah,
the Fed's gonna meet and they're gonna go up at least half a point next month.
So I would say that not doing anything.
I would
is
take
probably
the
not a good
3%
option.
that we can.
Right. So we need to jump on it instead of hesitate,
Because they may not be able to provide 3% anymore.
right?
But yeah, it went up 2 weeks ago and it's supposed to go up again in a couple of weeks ago.
So in your packets, that first page is just kind of a summary of what's in the capital improvement plan. And it shows you all the work that we need to do. And each year in the 5-year plan is probably somewhere around 600,000. Except for 2024, but now it'll all get shoved that way because we didn't do it the 2022 year. So it would, I mean, we just don't want to do all the road work in one year. So we'll spread it out. The next page is just basically what I got from Miller Canfield. They're the people that put all the package together for the bonding for us. Tells you the kind of bonding that we can do. Then what the procedure will be like. The next are schedules of how to borrow, what amounts and what terms. So we could do 10 years, we could do 15, we could do 12.
So many options.
Yep. So I think we were thinking of the million, was that what we said last month? I kind of thought that's what you guys were hovering around, but I can't remember exactly what you were looking at.
3 years.
It was like 1 million at 3%. Yep. Was I just making a motion to do
Yep,
that?
if you want to move forward, and then I could bring you which option works best with our plan next month, unless somebody has a suggestion.
Are you doing the
that they-
million? Tom?
I would say 1,010,000.
That's what I was thinking.
I would get as much as you can at 3%.
Yeah. So I make a motion. Oh,
There's other ones higher than that, but
So those aren't the necessary rates, they're just the rates they're estimating. We bid out the borrowing, so we'll use the bond advisors and the bond attorney, and they send out to banks and we send out to our own bank, like say Huntington, and then they all come back with a bid on what they want to charge us for interest. And then we select, the lowest interest, obviously.
okay.
well, if we add up the first 3 years of annual construction costs, can we just pick that number?
What was that question? I'm sorry.
You take this 5,512,600 and the 610,200.
Oh, on the first page?
Yeah.
Okay,
Go 3 years.
so that's over 2 million.
1.8.
1.8.
I mean, it was really random.
No, I think it's just over. It's 1.2.
So
So our original thought was to borrow, enough to do like 3 years worth of work or so, and then we would borrow again, so that we don't borrow it all up front and pay interest on it when we can't do the work fast enough.
And that's what I was saying. Add up the first 3 years and you can use that amount.
Yep, I think that's kind of what we were looking at, was somewhere in that range. And then doing a second issuance at a later date if everybody still wants to keep doing that. That's what we did last time. It worked out really well. I feel like it was like the 1,010,000 or something we were looking at.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, the 1,010,000 for 3%.
we'll be adding it.
Just don't get hung up on the percentage, because
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll have to bid that out. That's just a guess.
So other than reviewing the options for the bonding, do you need anything from us tonight?
I will just bring you a resolution next month. From the bond attorney on how much to borrow.
So what Gail's saying with the 3-year thing, so if we just do, say, 1.2 million. Just like at that, that'll cover the 3 years, that's what she's saying, and then we take that to the banks and we'll see what we get. And then that will for sure cover that, right?
Right, but we've done some of that work now, so this is, I mean, this is a couple-year-old plan. We're gonna do some more work this year. So we're actually trying to follow that plan that you guys gave us and, you know, keep track of projects we already did, so. And like that, if we end up getting that grant, then things might be a little bit different, but that's kind of, the guy can run me a scenario on anything you want, so.
I'd rather stick with 1,000,010 if we can, because we already got the documentation, see where we go from there. I make a motion.
Support.
We have a
Got
motion.
it.
1,000,010. Bonding. You have a second from Dave.
Okay,
Excuse me. So, on that note, Paula, I guess we need to do some roll call.
okay. And this is just to go ahead and get the paperwork going and hire the bond attorney and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then he'll put everything together for us and we'll have a resolution and all, he'll tell us next steps. Is this what you guys are good with?
Yes.
Giesler,
Yes.
Judd,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Ducastle,
Yes.
Rotabeck,
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes. Motion carried to move forward on the bonding program for information and bills. Authorization to pay the bills.
Make a motion.
Second,
I have a motion and a second to pay the bills. Any discussion? Roll call.
Giesler,
Yes.
Judd,
yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Ducastle,
Yes.
Rotabeck,
Yes.
Culpepper.
Yes. Motion to pay the bills. Committee reports. On the top.
Library.
Yeah, okay.
So we approved those two members, and I think maybe you received this in front of you today when it came in, but we have a resignation letter from Molly that she can no longer be on the board because she's moving. So I think we need to look at that. Besides that, it wasn't a lot. 7 years, I guess.
Okay. The,
We do have someone interested.
do that under others, and take the resignation. If you've got somebody interested, you might be able to work with that too, but they gotta do the attempts.
Yeah,
That's great.
right.
So, well, thank you for that. And let's just remind you that I'll let it slip when you get to the.
I already have it written here, so I'm told.
All right, the police committee is next. Is there anything that? Hayden?
I've got 26 reports, patrol miles is 1,275, got 61 traffic stops. 26 traffic tickets issued, 18 for speed. And, you go through them, 4 for expired plates, 1 for failed stop at clear distance. 1 improper resignation or registration, 1 with defective equipment, 1 unregistered vehicle. Got 35 traffic warnings. Yeah, I guess nice weather, people need to slow down.
And turn the music down.
Turn the music down, yeah. Okay,
The bikes are the worst.
Yeah.
we had active shooter incident training for Shiawassee County. Chief You want to talk about that for a minute?
I think we kind of discussed it at the last council meeting. We just finished up with the police, fire, and EMS on active shooters for Shiawassee County. Again, if there is an incident in Shiawassee County, for all law enforcement, it's an all call. We will go anywhere in the county to respond. Police or fire and EMS, they're dispatched by the location of where the incident transpiring at. Like I talked about it, the police committee, our training is that the first officer goes in immediately unless he actually sees his backup pulling into the parking lot. If the backup is not there, you go in by yourself to neutralize the threat. The next 2 to 3 officers that arrive also go in. Fourth officer on scene actually starts an incident command. And that officer, supervisor, sergeant, lieutenant, chief, then has to coordinate everything that's going on inside as well as outside. And start coordinating for ambulances and fire personnel and additional police that are responding. So we want to take care of the problem as fast as we can inside because statistically, 5 people are shot every minute. So statistically, each shooting takes about 5 minutes. And so you could have anywhere from 25 victims or higher that may have been shot. So we want to stop the threat as soon as possible. But then again, we also then have to get our ambulance people in there to stop the bleeding. And they are part of what's called Rescue Task Force. So 2 paramedics or EMTs, whatever, go in with a minimum of 2 police officers in what's called a warm zone because we don't know if there's more than 1 shooter. So we can't guarantee their safety. That's why we put officers with them to make sure nothing happens with them. Then we set up a casualty collection point, and that casualty collection point, again, goes to incident command. Once we get more command on the outside, we get what's called unified command, and they also then start working on the bigger picture of how many ambulances we need, how many helicopters we need, where we need traffic points located and everything. And basically, it's trying to curtail the chaos because it will be chaos. And you try to mitigate basically the number of people dying.
Okay, and we have another thing that's coming up. We have body cameras that are outdated. They're getting to a point they can't be repaired, can't be replaced. So we're looking at options for new body cams. You'll see a couple options we're looking at, one with a grant process that's in your package.
So they didn't get the package, that just came out
I'm
today.
showing her. the
Okay,
whole-
so, all right,
So our body cameras are still working, except that they're past their life expectancy. They no longer make them. In fact, they will no longer fix them if they break down. Currently, they're still working. The federal government just came out with a grant that closed May 22nd. So I applied for it. I did get different amounts. Currently, we run with Wolfcom. It's a company out of California. Wolfcom was again, the lowest bidder, about half of what some of the other agencies or companies are charging. I don't know if we'll get that grant, but it was $8,000. The defense will pay half of that, which is $4,000. I've also reached out to some other organizations in the community that said they may even pick up the cost. If they pick up half the cost, maybe we only have to fund $2,000. Maybe $2,000 comes from marijuana money. But we'll have to see if we get that. Right now, I'm just looking at trying to be proactive in case our cameras go down, because I think it's a necessity that we need to have.
Yep, people are complaining about the cost of the cameras, but they'll sure crucify you if you don't have them, so.
Yeah.
Just wanted to bring it up because it's gonna come before us again for approval of cost or whatever. Give you a heads up on it.
Yeah, it's nothing that any action has to be taken right now. It's just to give you an insight of what's going to be coming down the road.
That we're probably not going for
That'd be a good way of
17,000.
spending it all.
No,
That'd be a good way of spending it.
No.
Did you see it at all, Mike?
Give another distance.
Like the body.
One thing that the company does now, though, is they do charge a $250 per camera licensing fee per year.
Yeah.
So, and they're kind of all doing that, I think, so that they've got money that continues to come in. And then $500 backup fee for some of the video. So once we do get the cameras, if we go with that, it's basically a $2,000 a year expenditure just for having body cams.
No, it's not cheap at all.
Right now, it doesn't cost us anything because I'm able to download them to our hard drive here at the police department. So that, with these cameras, there was no licensing fee. I think they learned from not having a licensing fee like all the other companies. Now they've joined that bandwagon.
So we could just hook up some Wise cameras and just stick them to you.
Yeah,
duct tape
Forget
them?
GoPros.
No, just kidding.
Well, we could get some rings and just.
Yeah, just duct tape them.
Most- The best that we have nowadays, they got Velcro things all over them, so you just put
There
a
you go.
Velcro patch on the back of the GoPro and you're set. Okay, that's it for police.
All right.
PD. I'll be planning.
Go ahead.
We went over two things. One was the expert lawn and snow care. Like I said last time, we weren't waiting, he was waiting on his occupancy permit, and he is working with the people he needs to, the builder, to the building license and stuff. So it's out of our hands, so we continued his special use permit until further notice, until we figure out what's going on. So he needs to take care of his business and we're out of it for that. And then we just discussed lots of training and training for everybody in the planning commission as far as what we wanted to know, what we needed to know, and then we're gonna be discussing it at the next meeting. So that's pretty much it.
And that, did we do finance?
No.
We really didn't, I mean,
You've already done it.
we
Yeah,
discussed.
that's what we
yeah,
discussed tonight.
Yeah, that's what we discussed.
All right.
And as far as emergency services, we kind of discussed the ambulance. Is there anything else we need to bring up, Chief? or-
The only other aspect that was at that meeting is, a while back, they had ordered a new rescue unit. All the equipment has come into that vehicle, except the vehicle. So the vehicle's still missing because Ford still doesn't have the chip and we're still waiting on Ford. The tanker truck that had been ordered, and that's about 400 days out from being made, so
What's that?
it's all
Emergency
on
service?
back order.
I didn't see that.
Back order for months and months or years. All right, well, the next thing I see is other items. And before we go to the funds, let's do the letter of resignation for Molly Grange.
Did we do the DDA?
No.
We didn't.
I didn't see it. That's what I.
It was
thought.
right under the library, before the planning commission.
You were kind of scattered this time.
I don't have it here.
I didn't see the police in there.
I got police.
Police is in there.
I think that was there.
I wasn't, so I can't.
They seen DDA.
Library, DDA,
Planning.
planning, police.
We discussed training to come up.
DDA.
We did the Michigan Main Street program review and discuss next month. Michigan, Langsberg did join the Michigan Downtown Association. Budget was presented and a face forward completed project. There's one that's done already. It's out on the corner of West Street. It's the picket fence. There'll be more to come, but that's just about all we did really. Just went through face forward stuff and so ARPA funds.
Letter,
A letter,
did you wanna, I don't know, discuss the letter more for the library? Or it just is noted?
it's just noted that
Okay.
they're moving, so we just, somebody can make a motion that they accept the resignation letter, and
So moved.
Second,
we have a motion by Dave and a second by Dina to accept the resignation letter from Molly Grange from the library board.
Got it?
Is any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed by aye. Motion is accepted to accept the letter.
So how did Springfest go?
with the one guy. I'm just kidding.
No.
The other thing, Paula, you have under here is ARPA funds.
Yeah, that, I just attached something that we got from ARPA to keep you guys posted on what's going on there.
Okay. Is there anything else you have?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
All right. Guess what, folks?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion to adjourn by Rodebeck and Newcastle and Nichols, second.
Second.
This meeting is adjourned.
All righty, all set.